So there are a few channels who have, in my opinion, been trying to replicate your style. Have you noticed it and how do you feel?
Yes, I've noticed it. Shut up already. I'm sure there's been times where I'm like, that's probably a little too far. Victims that I was talking about in the thumbnail, and then I realized like that's actually, it just felt fucked up, honestly. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So I transitioned away from that. Being alone all the time, or just being with my fiance all the time, it's like, you know, I just miss the normal.
Yeah.
So I've been struggling with that. People are acting like idiots.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It can insult me about my looks all damn day, but it's when you come after my character.
Yeah.
When I get very defensive. I mean, any of us would.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, let me find out who you are then, and I just like start going psycho. So it's
Bailey,
like,
I actually love you.
Oh my gosh, I saw your I first saw your channel when you did an interview with D'Angelo Wallace.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Yes.
Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, tingle, tingling. I'm on lovely weather for a sleigh ride together.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, it's Keisha. I do both commentary and music. Welcome back to another episode. If you probably didn't notice about me, episode 4. We are going so strong. I took like a mini break, like a 2-week break, but now I'm back with more interviews, and I have about 1 or 2 more interviews for this year. So make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the bell. You do not want to miss out. Today we are joined by Bailey Sarian, the one and only. She has literally been thriving in 2020. This lady has literally accumulated over 1 million subscribers within a year. Who do you know? Who do you know? Honestly, I had such a blast chatting with her, and she's just honestly such a vibe. But she is such a flipping vibe. Like, everything you get from her videos is exactly what she exudes in real life, in real time. I was shookity shook. We spoke all things YouTube. We spoke about how she got started in the makeup industry, how she was able to implement both murder, mystery, and makeup together. We also spoke about them dumbass influencers who decided to not even party, attend several parties during a pandemic. I asked questions that I wanted to know, and also questions that I feel like you guys watching at home would love to know too. Make sure you guys comment below who else you want to see on this series. If you guys want to know all about that, please keep on watching. But I need to address the elephant in the room, address what everyone's been talking about. I've been hacked on Instagram. As I'm currently making this video, I know I'm in such a good mood. I have to be, because I cannot come and sit down and cry. Yesterday, literally, I cried. And you know when people say, oh my god, I cried in the shower? Yeah, that was me. Literally, I rammed the hot water over myself whilst I had literally heaps of tears coming down. I could have streamed Harry Styles falling, but I didn't want to do that to myself. As I'm currently making this video, I'm hacked on Instagram. So I do want to start off by saying, please do not block the account so that I can still potentially get my account back. I do not have any access to it. The person has changed my email and password. Yes, such cruel, wicked people exist like this. I do know a couple of things about this person. I do know their location and stuff like that, and the potential emails and stuff. So it's crazy. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes. We have a couple of influencers who've reached out to me and tried to, contact Instagram, because it's not easy for you to just contact Instagram. You have to be verified. Shout out to everybody who's been DMing me, even texting me. Also, do not message the account. Don't do anything. Just leave it. I am currently on Twitter. It's Keisha with 2 A's. Instagram is more than just, oh my god, taking cute pictures. No, like, it's genuinely a community I've been building for 3 or 4 years now, and it's not easy. Let's just get on to this amazing interview that I know you guys are dying to hear. Let's find out more about Bailey Sarian. Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of You Probably Didn't Know This About Me. Today I'm joined with the one and only Bailey. Do you want to introduce yourself and what you do on YouTube?
Hi, yes, my name is Bailey Sarian, and I do a little series called Murder, Mystery, and Makeup over on my YouTube, where I talk about true crime, and I do my makeup at the same time.
That's amazing. So how did you get started, and what made you consider putting together beauty and, crime videos? Because that's in some ways unusual, but you managed to do it, and it's been so successful for you. So how did you get started?
Well, thank you. Honestly, I've been interested in true crime for such a long time, since I was young. But the Chris Watts case that happened in 2018, I want to say.
Yeah.
I just was like engulfed in it, I guess. I would stay up late at night, like Googling everything I could about this case. And I had so much built up knowledge about it, but nobody to talk to about it with.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to sit down and make a video and say everything that I know about this case. And I'm just going to do my makeup to kind of like keep myself busy and see how it goes. So I just took that risk, and it performed really, really well.
It did?
Yes. I think at the time I got like 60,000 views in 24 hours, and it was like, I've never gotten that before. I mean, my videos on average were getting around like 10,000 views. So 60, I was like, oh my God, like, I think I'm onto something here.
Yeah.
So I tried it again with a different story just to see, like, let's make sure it's not a one-off thing. And I got, like, the same amount of views. And I was like, okay. So I just kind of kept going.
Yeah.
And here we are.
That's amazing. I'm honestly so proud of you. Like, I literally see you on the Trended here in the UK. So that's a big deal. Have you been on the trending page in the United States for YouTube?
I have.
That's
Yes,
great. How does it feel?
I was number 4 one day.
Really?
And I was like, oh my God.
You were number 1. You were number 1. I think it was on Tuesday this week.
Really?
You were number 1, yeah.
I had to stop looking
Oh,
because
really?
when you're on the trending page, it brings in a lot of just, you know.
Yeah, random
the worst
people.
people.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next
So
question.
I had to stop looking because it was like starting to mess with me too much. Like people are just bored and want to make you feel bad for being on the trending page.
Definitely. But like I said, you deserve it because the quality of your videos are absolutely insane. Like today, my brother and I were watching you on our TV, and we were just like, whoa, hold on. It's the backdrop for me. Like, there's always something about it. And I love it when you have the candles lit in the background, but the camera, it doesn't fully focus it. It's just so sick to me. So when it comes to backdrops, do you match it depending on what case you're doing or like what video you're doing?
No, it just kind of depends on the mood. I think recently I've been paying more attention to the season. Like right now I'm trying to do some kind of Christmas thing, but it's not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I was doing all the candles because I've always loved that look. Just like dark and mysterious and sexy and, you know, all of that. So, no, it just really depends on my mood. I really enjoy decorating. So I look forward to always changing out my little backdrop.
Sure. Okay, so what was the reason behind Mystery Monday? And why was it Monday that you chose as a day?
Well, the first upload happened to be, I think, on a Monday.
Okay.
And I just kind of, it didn't start off as Murder, Mystery, and Makeup Monday. I didn't, like, have the title until a couple episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
And people kept suggesting it, like, Mystery Monday or Monday Murder Mystery. And so I just kind of, Murder, Mystery, Makeup. It just flew.
Yeah, it definitely works well.
Monday.
Yeah.
For
sure.
It just worked. It worked. And it was totally not the plan, but it worked out.
Yeah, it definitely did. Okay, so there are a few channels who have, in my opinion, been trying to replicate your style. Now, I don't know whether it was you that started this, doing beauty whilst doing crime videos, but you've managed to succeed. So have you noticed it, and how do you feel?
Yes, I've noticed it. I think it's cool. I mean, we're all interested, well, a lot of us are interested in true crime and makeup. So it's like, I mean, I feel like I'm big enough now to where it's okay. When I was a smaller channel, I remember kind of like people were starting to do videos like that, and it bothered me because it was like, wait, I'm still small. I don't think I want, you get so frustrated. You're like, wait, then people are gonna overlook me.
Yeah.
And but now that I'm like bigger, I feel like I can't be selfish. Like,
for
spread
sure.
the love.
Yeah, exactly. I like that, honestly. Okay, so how did you get into makeup? Because I'm curious now. We know how you got into like murder mystery and just like crime videos, but what was the reason for you coming onto YouTube and doing makeup videos? And how many years ago was it actually?
Oh man, let's see. I started working at Sephora when I was about 20 years old.
Okay.
So it's been about 10, 11, 12 years. And when I worked at Sephora, I was there for about 5 years. And that's where I learned the most, honestly. It was the best time to have people come in, sit down. I could, like, practice in a way. They didn't know I was practicing, but I was. And I'd practice and kind of see, like, okay, this is what works on them and their skin tone, undertones, skincare. I mean, that's where I learned everything.
Yeah.
And then I would pick other artists' brains, like, what do you like to use? Why do you like using that? And just try to know as much as I could about makeup.
Okay.
And then once I left Sephora, I worked at Urban Decay for a little bit.
Yeah.
And in between this, it was freelancing, so I was doing makeup for bridal clients. I was also makeup assisting, so I was working with celebrity makeup artists and working with celebrity clientele as well. And yeah, I just continued doing it, and then I wanted to do YouTube just to kind of like share tips and tricks. But then I kind of realized like I wasn't being myself. I was trying to be all proper and like, and then you blend.
Yeah.
I just wasn't being myself.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So then I serious, and I was like, okay, let's have fun and just like sit down and talk. And my channel probably evolved more into like me just sharing about my day and whatnot while I'm doing my makeup, and then now it's about true crime.
Okay.
But yeah, I was a freelance makeup artist for quite some time. I worked again with celebrity clientele. I did bridal makeup, special occasion.
Yeah.
I've done that.
That's amazing, honestly. So what I've noticed is when I watch your videos, I truly can't help but notice your 6 tattoos. So which one is your favorite, and can you tell me like a meaning behind one of them?
Yeah, so my favorite it's so hard to pick a favorite because I have a lot that's a favorite. I guess like my whole left arm would be a favorite.
That is sick.
The color held so well. Like this is so bold. I got it when I was like 19 maybe, and the color still looks brand new. And I love that. I would say a lot of my tattoos don't have a meaning. I like consider myself an art collector. I like going to different tattoo artists and kind of collecting pieces from them. Because everyone has their own specific style.
Yeah.
And I like that. So I like really bold, vibrant pieces, and that's what I try to collect. So a lot of them don't have a meaning. I just liked it.
Sure, that's fine, honestly. Have you ever had a bad experience with a brand? You don't have to name the brand, but like what went on? I'm curious.
So I've talked about this a couple of times, but there was a brand who took my photo from Instagram, and they ended up using it as promotion for their products, but in stores. So my picture was in Ulta, it was in their freestanding stores.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was right on the gondola, and it was next to the product that I was using. And I remember it was in Australia, Canada, Italy, I think in London too, New York. Like my face was everywhere, and everyone was sending me pictures.
Oh
like,
my God.
I saw your picture on the gondola. Like he's come so far. And I was like, what are you talking about? And when I looked into it, yeah, they took my picture from Instagram and they used it as promotion, and they didn't even tell me. I mean, that had to be illegal, so I tried to sue them.
Yeah.
And they pretty much bullied me out of court, and that was that. That was the end. I didn't win or anything, so I was so mad.
God, that's crazy.
It wasn't even about the money. It was like just the fact that they took my picture and did that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, I'm still to this day. Like, I don't use that brand. I will never use that brand. They're just messed up. Like, how dare you take advantage of me just because I don't know any better?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. So how long on average does it take you to research for a case? And what is the recording process like?
So I usually spend about 2 days researching. So it just starts off with, I have a long list of just people I want to research or stories, and I kind of just pick one and I go from there. But I try my best to find court documents, any type of like interview with them, biography, anything I can. But usually on average about 2 days. And then once I have that, I type out like a script, I call it, which is pretty much the story from start to finish. Yeah. And then when I'm filming, I reference it if I'm ever forgetting like what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And but the filming process takes me about 4 hours, and that's on a good day. And then after that, like editing takes me freaking forever.
I imagine it. I remember you posted I think it was a 1 hour video. I was like, oh my God, how does she do it?
So, you get so sick of your voice and your face. You're like, shut up already. I can't stand editing.
I imagine. Whilst we're here, I want to know, what is your star sign?
Honestly, I don't know too much about astrology.
Okay.
But I know I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay.
And I'm on the cusp of Scorpio and a Sag.
Okay.
And when I look at like the Scorpio side of things, I feel like I kind of lean more that way.
Okay.
But I don't want to commit because Scorpios sound kind of mean. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to be a part of that. Like, I don't want to claim that. But it's, I mean, I'm kind of that,
yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's like for me, I'm a Gemini, and there's a lot of like negatives when it comes to Geminis. I mean, I don't think I'm two-faced. I just think the thing about Geminis, we're really real, and not everyone can handle that. That's what it is.
Yeah. Same with, I don't know if it's a Sagittarius thing or a Scorpio thing. I'm very unfiltered at times, and I'll just say like what I'm thinking without thinking it through.
Yeah.
I am very unfiltered, and I get myself in trouble all the time.
I
and
imagine.
I'm like, oops, sorry.
Have you ever said anything in a video and you're like, oh, let me take that out?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to joke around a lot just
Yeah.
because it makes me feel, it's how I deal with any type of anxiety or stress, is
Yeah.
like make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure there's been times where I'm like, that's probably a little too far or
yeah.
something, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay.
I try to leave like as much in as I can, but yeah, I can't really think of anything.
Okay, that's fine. Your thumbnails have definitely developed over the past couple of years. Would you say that's the reason why you've grown tremendously, specifically these last couple of months?
You know, when I first started YouTube out, I used to watch all the videos on like how to grow your channel.
Yeah.
And, like thumbnails was always a popular thing, making sure they're vibrant, they're bright, a lot of color, and then branding as well. So making sure that like in the corner of all of my thumbnails, I put murder, mystery, and makeup.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone knows like, okay, that's what this video is. And yeah, I think that maybe has helped. Well, that has helped a lot. But I think also my thumbnails have evolved where I used to put the victims that I was talking about in the thumbnail, and then I realized like that's actually, it just felt fucked up, honestly, because it was like me like posing like.
Oh yeah.
And then like the victims in the background, and I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So I transitioned away from that.
Yeah.
And I think that helped too, because just keeping it clean and simple is the best way to go.
Okay then. So I've been told I look a bit like Keke Palmer and a tiny bit of Rihanna. So who do you think you look like, and who have you often been compared to?
I get told that I look like Fergie a lot.
Okay.
Mila Kunis.
Okay, yeah. Oh my god, I can't unsee it now. I see it.
Some girl told me the other day, you look like Mila Kunis, but fatter.
What?
And I was like, you know, I wrote back, you could have left out that second half, and like, it would have been fine. And like, it obviously stuck with me, because I'm still thinking about it today. But I was like, thanks. But yeah, I get those two a lot. Sometimes I get, what's that actress's name? Katie Holmes.
I know the name, I don't see the face. I can't think of who it is.
She's just like no offense, but like a basic looking white chick. Like, you know, like. Yeah. She's a good actress. But, I'm like, okay.
I'm living for your energy. do you know who you look like?
You only take the ones that you like.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like Rihanna, I would be milking now.
do you know who I think you look like?
Who?
Okay, now I don't know what your reaction's gonna be, so let's just see it live. I feel like you resemble a bit of Jessie J.
Oh wait, duh! I get that all the time.
Okay,
That's
cool.
It's like this part.
Yeah.
Is like the same.
Yeah.
This face shape or something, and cheeks and all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope I meet her one day so we could just take a picture together, a little side by side, because I think we're like long lost sisters or something.
Okay, so the next question is, well, it's quite difficult to work out what type of music Bailey is a fan of. So tell us, like, who are some of your favorite artists and go-to genres?
So I have this playlist on Spotify I made. It's like all of the early 2000s music that I used to listen to. And I think during this quarantine, I've been going more towards like older stuff that makes me happy.
Yeah.
The music right now is like early 2000s, stupid pop music like Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
Like, I love Hilary Duff. Of course, I'm drawing a blank. But, man, Missy Elliott.
Definitely.
Yes, I just miss the music from the early 2000s.
I know, right? It was more meaningful.
It was.
Yeah.
And everything just like, I had more lyrics to it, where music now is very repetitive, I feel like.
Definitely.
And yes, and I want to listen to stuff that makes me feel good. Because during this quarantine, it's just been hard, and it's like, you just want to feel good, you know?
What was the biggest struggle for you during quarantine? Because I've interviewed some other people, and they said they didn't struggle too much. Other people said they struggled the most with, like, obviously they didn't want their family to catch the COVID. So what was your biggest struggle? Was it mental health?
Yeah, definitely. And I think just the fact that my fiance, he was out of work. So he's been out of work. So it's like him being home all the time has thrown off just the whole schedule.
Ooh.
So I couldn't seem to get like into a routine of things. And we tend to like bug each other when we're trying to work and we don't know how to stop this.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, I've been taking the quarantine more seriously and not trying to go anywhere.
Great.
Whereas my family and whatnot, they just don't care. It's not that they don't care, they just think that they're not going to get it. Or
Yeah, that's a
something.
lot of people.
Yes, and it's like, they think like I'm just not the fun one because I'm always like, no, don't come over. No, I don't want to go anywhere. No, 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 no. And I'm like, yeah, they just think that I'm overreacting and all that. So it's been kind of frustrating because I'm not on the same page with anybody. So that part's been hard. And then obviously there's been a couple of deaths this year that's been really hard to deal with. And I don't think I like allowed myself to properly mourn over it. And I just try to like keep myself busy with like YouTube and all that.
Yeah.
And then just being home all the time, it really gets to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's human nature to want to be around people. I'm an introvert. I don't
Same.
really like going out.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know how it is. Like, even though we don't talk to people, even if you're out and around them, it makes you feel better for some reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you kind of get like this energy from everybody, and then you can go home and be by yourself, but you need that energy from other people. So being alone all the time, or just being with my fiance all the time, it's like, you know, I just miss the normal.
Yeah.
So I've been struggling with that, and just trying to stay positive in it all because it's such a negative place out here.
Definitely.
Especially where I live, it's like Trump town, and I'm just like, you know, it's just too much. It's just been such a rough, weird year.
What's your reaction? What's your reaction when you see all these TikTokers or all these YouTubers publicly being idiots, publicly showing themselves out partying with other people?
It's so frustrating because it's so easy to just not do that. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Like, especially as a YouTuber, your job, you could do it at home.
Yeah.
This is our time.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Yeah.
Yes. And like, just like we're doing right now, you can still collab just over a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not like the best situation, the best quality, but it still works. I just don't understand like why people are acting like idiots.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's just, it makes no sense to me.
Do you think it's a form of entitlement?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who, because YouTubers, like, they make good money. So it's like, things don't apply to them. And that's the same with, like, anyone in our society. If they make money, rules just don't apply to them. You can do whatever you want and you can get away with it. That's just the way it goes.
Definitely.
And it's like, until that change and we hold people accountable and everybody accountable, it's like, we're never really going to have change, you know? You just let them get away with it.
That's actually really true. Do you know what? I was looking at your screen. I'm thinking, hold on a second. What are you using to record? Because why do you look so clear and good?
Oh, I'm using my MacBook.
Really? Huh?
I think it's because I have this bright light just right over
Okay.
me. The light
Wow.
is tremendously.
Okay, so
Good.
I want to know what's your favorite hair color you've done, because when looking on your channel, you've done quite a few. I feel like my favorite on you is black.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it suits
I love
you.
the black too. But you know how it is, like, I don't know what it is with us wanting to constantly change our hair. Like, we're never satisfied with it. So it's like, I love black hair, but it's so boring too.
Yeah, exactly.
But there was a period in my life where I did like a fire engine red. And that was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, this was before the YouTube days, but it was just fire engine red. I had all my extensions, all that. It was just such an upkeep. Too much maintenance too. I hated it, but it looked good.
Okay,
So,
that's cool.
really.
Have you ever received tons of backlash on a specific case? And is it something you've spoken about before, or have you just kept it to yourself? And also, how do you deal with hate? Because everyone does it differently.
Yeah, I feel like there's no right answer when it comes to dealing with hate. Like, no matter who you are, the hate will bother you. It would bother
Definitely,
anybody.
yeah.
I think I've gotten to a point now where I just have to let it go and not even look. I stopped looking at my comment section. Once a video goes live, I spend about an hour kind of responding to as many people as I can, and then after that, I can't look back because I'm just gonna see stuff that honestly I don't need to see. It's not gonna benefit me in any way.
That's
you know?
fine. Yeah.
So dealing with hate, I don't even go looking for it.
Okay, that's good. That's a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's so hard. And people really don't understand until you get into it and you realize, like, oh, this does fuck you up. Like, this will fuck you up reals.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, because I do commentary, I talk on specific people. I obviously get hate for that. If you don't like what you hear, you're gonna for some reason hate it instead of just dislike it. I don't know why. But when it came to receiving hate, I obviously knew it was coming, but I didn't know how to handle it in the beginning. So I used to reply to everyone. Like, if you give me hate, I'm gonna do it to you. That's what my thing was. But now I just do what you do. Like, I reply within the first hour and then just keep it moving. And I find it works for me.
I used to do the same thing. I would be like, listen here, you little bitch. like, just going off on people. But then I realized, like, okay, I can't do that because you just go in circles.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wins an internet fight. Nobody.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't even waste your time because there's no point. And
Yeah.
it sucks to have, like, no control over the comments and whatnot, but it is what it is for now, I guess.
You know what, Bailey, yeah? I feel like the reason why people are attracted to your channel is because of the energy you give off and how authentic and raw you are. I think, for me, I value creators who just say it as it is. And some people don't. Some people see, oh my God, she's just saying too much, she's sharing too much. But I feel like it's the healthy amount with you. And even with just this interview, I didn't want it to feel like an interview. I wanted to feel like, you know, we're just on FaceTime having a conversation. So I really do appreciate the authenticity that I'm hearing from you. Like, even you just saying that in the beginning you used to reply to people and just say, listen here, you bitch. Like, that's funny to me because some people, like, I just like how obviously you are, you know, I mean, you're respectful, but at the same time you have your savage side. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, behind the scenes, there's like so much I would want to say in videos sometimes, but I know it could be taken
Differently.
a different way.
Yeah.
So you always have to be careful, which I hate that. But you do have to be responsible when it comes to having a larger channel, and I get that.
Yeah.
But there are times where I'm like, fuck, I wish I could just say the truth.
Yeah.
You know, like, fuck this guy. I don't know. But people take it, I don't know. I just think everyone right now is just very stressed, angry with everything that's going on, and they're just taking it out on anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to take things so personally, but it's just what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You know? How do you deal with it though? I mean, I know you're saying you ignore the comments. Do you still like get back to people at all? Like, does it make you get nervous when you sit down and film?
Yeah, it does. And that's why I've kind of been slacking recently. I used to, like, might surprise you, but I used to post every single day. I mean, during lockdown, we've all been thriving as creators. We've all been going the hardest because everyone was at home watching, right? But with that being said, when you do so well, you have your moments where a video might do really well, and then you check the comments and there's comments that are not so nice or people who are not so understanding. And for me, I value comments a lot, as well as, I mean, views is a good thing, don't get me wrong, but comments is what keeps me going. It's like, okay, yeah, people are actually in tune with what I'm saying. So when I see a couple hate comments, I try my best to, like, move past it. But even till this day, it does affect me. So when creators say, oh no, it doesn't affect me, I don't believe it, because I know the damages of just one comment of someone dissing you. Like, I don't get offended if someone disses, like, an outfit I'm wearing. It's not a big deal. But if you diss me and you start leaving, like, hateful terms in the comment section and you become racist, and then just the other day someone literally tagged me in a post where I was on a monkey, and I was just like, I genuinely don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't share these things though, because I feel like people expect me to be tough and strong just because I do commentary, which makes no sense. But yeah, to this day it does affect me. I don't think there's anything I do to really deal with it. I just delete Twitter, because that's where people, I can't believe people take things from YouTube onto Twitter, but yeah, I just delete it and install it.
Jeez, people are so, and it's just like they get away with it though.
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me the most. And I think this is where I lean more towards the Scorpio side of things, because naturally I'm like, I'm going to find out where they live. I'm like, doing it. I'm going to, like, drive to their house. I'm going to knock on the door. Like, I am so, like, I love getting revenge.
Yeah.
So it's like, something really nasty, like you were saying, you could tell me, you can insult me about my looks all damn day, but it's when you come after my character when I get very defensive. I mean, any of us would. So it's like, oh, let me find out who you are then. And I just like start going psycho. So it's
Bailey,
like,
I actually love you.
yeah, I'm like, that's why I had to stop looking, because I would be up like, I'm gonna find you, bitch. It's just not good. It's not good for anyone. You know?
For sure. So who is someone would be surprised has reached out to you? That was such a different question, wasn't it?
Yeah. Someone that's reached out to me. Oh my gosh. Have you ever watched like Teen Mom?
Oh no, I haven't. I feel
Okay.
no, I haven't.
It's okay. So there's like this show on, you know, MTV called Teen Mom 2, and like 2 people from the show had reached out to me because they watched my videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, worlds are colliding. Like these people that I grew up with.
Yeah.
They know who I am. Like, it was such a weird feeling. And just the fact that they know that I exist. I fangirled more over that, like Teen Mom people that, because who else reached out to me? Someone else did. I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, it's like always like Teen Mom people.
Okay.
And like if Hillary Duff ever reached out to me, I'd probably pass out.
What do you think is the dark side of being a YouTuber, and what was the negatives of growing quickly? Because obviously there's tons of positives in it, but what are some things you can point out that has maybe affected you, or maybe what's some things you've heard affected other creators?
So my channel grew like insane. Like this year I hit 1 million, and then all of a sudden it was 2 million, and then it was 3 million.
Crazy.
And I was like, holy shit. You know, like, yeah, it's been nuts. And it happened so fast, I didn't get like a chance to adjust to it. It went from like being able to still communicate with my community by commenting back to everybody to now like I have no control, and that part, it gives me a lot of anxiety. Like, I can't even talk to my community anymore because it's just so much. So it's been like an adjustment. I now have like an influx of just emails, everything. Like, it's an overload of just messages on every platform, and that part is so stressful because I try so hard to still like be able to chat with everybody, because that's why I started YouTube. I wanted a sense of community. I wanted people to talk to. And so now having to like step back has been really hard and kind of just let things be. But also, you get, the bigger you get, the more responsibility you have.
Yeah.
And more people will feel the need to tell you like what you're doing wrong, what you need to be doing, what you should be doing, what you're not doing. And no matter what you do, you just feel like it's never good enough.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people will remind you like, just, you should have done this, you should have done that. And I know it's not realistic. You can't please everybody, but it's hard again to not take those things personally, because like YouTube and this whole thing has been like my hobby, my baby, the thing I love the most. And it's like, so it just kind of messes with you, because people constantly want to remind you like that you're not doing the right thing. You're doing things wrong. You suck. And it just becomes a lot. And then you feel this pressure. You sit down to go film and you're like, I can't say that. I can't do this. I shouldn't do this, because you're just afraid of that backlash again. You're afraid of the comments. And I got to a point, I think like a couple months ago, I was just like, I'm kind of nervous to film now. Like, I don't even know. Yes, because it's just gotten to a point where, I don't know, like I don't think mentally I can handle any upset or letting people down. And that's when I realized like I had to just stop looking at the comments and whatnot, and that has been tremendous help. And also turning off all notifications on my phone, Instagram, Twitter, email, everything. Like I just turned off all notifications, and that has helped tremendously with the anxiety of it all. But yeah, and I just feel like also, like sometimes you just want to sit down and tell your viewers, like, this is what happened to me. These really mean comments have gotten to me, and people will remind you, like, to get over it.
Oh my God. I hate that statement.
Yes, I hate it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's almost like you're victim blaming in a way. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm not doing good, right? Like, these comments are bothering me. But then people are telling you, just ignore it. Just get over it. That's what the internet is. And it's like, but it doesn't have to be this way. So
Yeah.
why are we allowing it? And why are you getting mad at me for telling you the truth? I'm just, trying to tell you guys what's going on.
Yeah.
So that part drives me nuts. I feel like you can't truly be honest because people want to try and tell you, it's invalid for some reason.
That's crazy.
So that part has been hard. I don't even talk about like rude comments and that kind of stuff too much because there's no point. There's no point. It's just people take it as complaining. You know?
Yeah, definitely. So who are some of your favorite creators on the platform, and what's like your go-to genre to watch on YouTube?
Oh my gosh, I first saw your channel when you did an interview with D'Angelo Wallace.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on, really? I'm actually surprised.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, so I saw that video because I love him, and I saw that interview, but I love his channel, and all I watch right now is like bootleg Dr. Phil, and what does it do? I watch D'Angelo Wallace. I love I have a hard time saying this word. Black
Femininity. Yeah.
You watch her?
Yeah.
I love her channel. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, yeah, what really happened to Pimp My Ride?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes, I love her channel. And then right now I've kind of been watching a lot of Howard Stern, like the old episodes. I don't know if you're familiar with Howard Stern at all, but it's just like a nice reminder to see how far we've come.
Yeah.
Because on his show, he talks a lot about, he's just disgusting. And he would ask his guests to like get on a scale or something on this radio station.
Yeah,
and then he would announce like, oh, they weigh this much. And it's just so disgusting.
Oh my
I think
God.
I would hate watching his videos at this point. And I don't know why.
Would you consider having your own show supported by a network, or do you just want to keep it on YouTube?
I mean, of course. Who wouldn't want their own show?
Yeah, exactly. No, because I can imagine some people saying, nah, I just want to keep it, limited to YouTube. Some people don't want that mass amount of fame. I mean, where you're at right now, I would consider you famous. Do you consider yourself famous? And how do people in your life look at you?
Like a show pony sometimes, I feel like. Like recently it's kind of been like, oh, my friend loves you, send me a picture with the sign of you holding something up for them. And like it kind of drives me nuts because I'm like, I'm not a show pony, but I also don't think that I'm famous. I'm still me. It's not like if you hit 3 million subscribers tomorrow, you're still you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's no training on like how to do this, how to act, how to be. But I know there are a lot of influencers or YouTubers who hit like 1 million and then they just change.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You're like, this relationship's over, gotta go. But I think because maybe I'm older and I know who I am, I'm not going to change. Whereas if you're a lot younger or a teenager on YouTube, I couldn't imagine the stress and anxiety that comes with that. You're still growing, you're still developing, you're making mistakes in life, and a lot of people are sharing that, but then you get ripped to shreds if it's not what everyone agrees with.
Yeah.
So luckily for me, I am older and I feel like I know who I am, like this is me. Whereas when you're younger, it's like you're still trying to fit in and like find out who you are.
Yeah.
So I feel so bad for anyone who still is like a lot younger trying to do the social media thing. Like, it can't be. It's gonna fuck people up real bad.
Okay, so I mean, for me, I'm 20. I feel like, I'm not gonna lie to you, maybe you felt this way at 22, but I feel confident that I know everything, but obviously I don't. And like people always, if I get something wrong, I will wholeheartedly put my hands up and say I was wrong. But I don't know, I need some advice on maybe how not to say the wrong thing, because I don't do it on purpose. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but like there have been 1 or 2 instances this year which I definitely look at differently, like, oh my god, Keisha, what was I thinking? So I don't want sympathy votes, I don't want people to just watch me because they feel sorry for me, or just say, okay, I forgive her just because she said sorry. Like, I don't know how I can, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I mean, obviously I want things to go back to normal, because I know myself more than anybody. We all know ourselves more than anybody, but I know I'm not like a mean person or nasty. At the end of the day, to a certain extent, this is just me putting on a show. And I think people are not able to realize that Keisha is different in real life compared to YouTube. I'm going to be obviously more exaggerated because, I mean, I'm loud, don't get me wrong, but I can be even louder on camera. But I don't know why people are not getting the fact that I'm in some ways two different people, but also the same. So if I'm coming off a bit loud or I'm saying something a bit shady, it's because in some ways I like to just stir things up. But I don't think people are understanding of that. So I guess I still haven't really dealt with hate comments and critique. So what could you advise that I do?
Honestly, if you felt like that was your honest truth at that time, then let it be, and you have to just, again, ignore the comments. There's a difference between people who are just angry to be angry and constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Like somebody telling you, like, hey, maybe instead of doing that, you should have done this.
Yeah.
Like, that's constructive criticism versus someone telling you you're too loud or your comment was unnecessary. Like, that doesn't benefit you in any way to grow and learn from the experience. But also, I think just owning your truth and knowing, like, well, that's how I felt at the time, and I'm allowed to grow because you are. You're only 20. I can guarantee you at 25, 26, you're going to be a completely different person than you are today.
Yeah.
Because your 20s, you're growing, you're changing, you're becoming an adult, and your views are going to change. And that's supposed to happen. So, I think YouTube can be a good way to show progression. Like, I used to be like this, I used to think like this, and now I've grown.
Yeah.
But people fail to realize that there's been growth, right? Or, like, she's not that person all the time. So I think it's more of, like, knowing or being okay with yourself that that's how I felt, and that's what I wanted to say, so be it. And if you look back and you're like, oh, shit, why'd I say that? Just know, like, you've grown, you know? You're allowed to change your mind. We are allowed to change our mind, and I don't know why the internet prevents you from changing your mind at all. For some reason, they don't want you to grow, even though they do. It's just, you can't make anybody happy. You cannot. So it's like, just be yourself, own your truth, and allow yourself to grow. You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. That's what your 20s is. Like, make mistakes. Now's the time. Because when you become an adult, you can't be fucking up like you did in your 20s. You know?
Okay, that's good advice.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, my 20s were a hot mess, but I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it for, like, a damn thing, because I learned so much. I struggled, I grew, and my views have changed on so much, and it's like, it's a good thing. That's what life is. You want to grow. You don't want to stay the same and please everybody. That's boring.
True. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Predictable.
Okay, so for the final question, what are some of your goals for 2021?
Well, get out of the house. So I need to, like, when it comes to my YouTube channel or just in general?
Just in general. It can be anything.
I guess I haven't thought this far ahead. I really want to do a podcast. I've been working on it for quite some time. It's going to kind of go hand in hand with murder, mystery, and makeup, but just kind of like different genre in a way. Still murder mystery. I want to focus more on American history or just history in general, because I think a lot of us have no idea of the things that really went on in this country, because we didn't learn it, or things were like sugar coated in our American history classes. So I really want to do that in a podcast form, and I've been working on it. So that's something that I want to do definitely 2021. And then I think just working on myself a lot. I need to, like, start taking better care of my health. Like, I need to stop eating Sour Patch Kids for dinner. I should actually put some effort into, I don't know, cooking meals and stuff. So, like, I'm trying to kind of start slowly, like, getting into the groove of eating breakfast and, you know, just being an adult. Grow up and, like, learn how to just feed myself like a normal person. And also find a balance in everything. I think when you do YouTube, your whole life can kind of revolve around it, because when you're a personality, that's your job, is to be you. So it's like, how do you balance your YouTube personality and your real life? You know, and not letting the two mix, because if they mix, that's when you don't know, like, when to stop working, like just focus on life. So trying to find a balance, because right now my whole life is just work, and I need to like get some hobbies again.
Yeah.
You know, like, kind of just work on myself and make sure that I'm happy and not just all work.
Okay, that's
I think
dope.
that's the hard part. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
do you find that, are you balanced when it comes to YouTube and life?
no.
Yeah, it's hard.
Honestly, it's bad. It's embarrassing. I just hate talking about it because it's like I could be doing so much better. I need to literally have a schedule and stick to it. Like I can't keep on, because like I said, I used to produce content every day. I enjoy it. I don't feel like it's work for me. It just seems like I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to do it. It's not a work thing or like I'm waiting for something in return. It's just I really want to do this, but I need to find a way to like also hang out with friends, also just like socialize with people, go out and meet new people, especially because like you said, in your 20s you should be doing these things. So I'm hoping that moving forward, once everything's back to normal, whenever that is, I can, be a normal person and not just be so around content, because it will probably drain me out one day.
Yeah, because I feel like as a content creator, you're constantly comparing yourself to things that other people are doing, like, oh, I should be doing more, or I need to start this, or I should talk about this because it's a hot topic. And, like, there's always this urgency, and it kind of just starts building in you.
Yeah.
If you let it go for too long, then it's just full-blown anxiety, and you're like, I'm not doing anymore.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
And I've tried so many times to like have a schedule and just follow my schedule, but I'm too all over the place, so it's so hard for me to like find a balance in it all. That's the part was probably the most, is balancing life and YouTube.
I imagine, but I'm sure moving forward, like you said, everything's a process, it's a journey, isn't it? So don't be too hard on yourself, and I'm honestly looking forward to seeing the content you produce in 2021. Thank you so much for appearing on my channel. This is, I think, episode 4. You're literally here in episode 4, so thank you.
Thank you for having me. Keep killing it.
Thank you.
Keep doing your thing. You're gonna do amazing, and you have a big future ahead of you.
Oh, thank you. Do you want to plug your social medias and where people can find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest.
Oh my god.
At Bailey Sarian. And you can find my murder mystery and makeup series over on YouTube every Monday. Well, most Mondays I upload, and then also on Facebook as well.
Okay, that's dope.
I love Facebook.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Honestly, have a lovely day. Take care.
You too.
Bye. See you soon.